Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. With elections coming closer, why is Congress not able to put its house in order? Former Assam Congress Chief Bhupen Kumar Borah today submitted his resignation letter to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge only to withdraw it hours later. And earlier, news agency PTI had cited sources reporting that in his letter to Kharge, Borah wrote that he was being ignored by the party leadership and not given his due within the state unit. Now, this development comes days ahead of Priyanka Gandhi's visit to Assam, which is scheduled for 18th and 19th of February. Now, this is just one incident of how Congress is not able to put its house in order. Recently, we also saw Maharashtra Congress President Harshwardhan Sapkal sparking a controversy by comparing Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Tipu Sultan and the way BJP lambasted him. Now, the latest motor mouth is Mani Shankar Aiyar, the veteran Congress leader, who not only praised the Panchayati Raj system under the Pinarayi Vijayan government, but also went to the extent of saying that Stalin should be made the chairperson of the India bloc. He also criticized the workings of Congress General Secretary Mr. K.C. Venugopal. So the big question we are asking is that why is Congress faltering at this critical juncture when it should be seen running on the ground? Joining me this evening is senior journalist and political commentator Sari. Javed, thank you so much for joining. We have Puneet Nicholas Yadav, political editor of the Federal. Thank you so much, Puneet. And Samir Purkaisa, who's our editor Northeast from the Federal. Samir, thank you so much. And I would like to begin with the latest developments on the Assam front, Samir. And so what has happened with Borah's resignation letter? Is the letter withdrawn? Has the letter been withheld? What is the latest you're hearing?
No, he has not yet withdrawn the letter. He has sought time till tomorrow morning to take a final call. But from his body language and all, it appears he is still sulking. And that's why he did not, when the entire Congress team, like PCC President Gaurav Gogoi, then AICC in charge of Assam, Jitendra Singh, and other senior leader Pradut Bardoloi, and then this CLP leader Debabrata Sakya, the entire senior leadership of the Congress went to his residence to persuade him to withdraw his resignation, and Rahul Gandhi personally spoke to him over the phone for 15 minutes. But still, after the emerging from that meeting, he did not immediately say that he is withdrawing his resignation. Rather, he said that he is holding it. He will have to decide. He will have to talk with his family members and all these things. So we will have to wait and see till tomorrow morning for the final outcome. But having said so, even if he is,
you are saying that he's going to wait till tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Samir, allow me to interrupt. You said that he is going to wait till tomorrow morning. Now, what is the kind of change he's expecting from this evening to tomorrow morning after his call with Rahul Gandhi? Is he expecting something dramatic on his front?
See, he said that he needs to talk to his family members. But we are also hearing that as Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is himself said that he will call on Borah tomorrow. So we don't know whether he is waiting for that meeting before taking a call. But officially he said that he needs to discuss with his family members, and so that's why he is withholding his decision till tomorrow morning. But having said so, even if he reverses his decision, this comes at a very crucial juncture, and his claims of he being sidelines and all these things is not entirely true, because Bhupen Borah is the chairman of the Assam Pradesh's campaign committee for the upcoming assembly election. Then he also lead a committee which is negotiating with the like-minded parties for the alliance talk. So it's not that he has not been given due respect or importance within the party. And
what is he expecting? expecting? What is he expecting? Is he looking at the chief ministerial post if the Congress wins? Because a lot of people do say that Gaurav Gogoi has been very active and he wants to become the chief minister. Is that true? That is the fight or is the heartburn because of the post of the chief minister?
No, not exactly. Because see, last time when I met Bhupen Borah during Rahul Gandhi's this Padayatra, that time also Bhupen Borah himself was saying that Gaurav Gogoi would be better choice to lead the party in Assam. So over Gaurav Gogoi's leadership, there is by and large a consensus within the Congress that he is the right person. But then within the party there are lots of fighting over the other posts, like we know that Bhupen Bora and Rokibul has some cold war between them, so they are not exactly in a very good term. And Bhupen Bora also hinted, though not officially or not so explicitly, but there are hints that he is not very happy with the happy over the Congress's decision of taking Rocky Bull with him for the alliance talks. So that kind of issues are there, and these are actually not very big issues, but it is very surprising that Bhupen Bora has made it such a this thing. He has taken such a drastic decision. Only on 14th, 2 days ago, he was with Gaurav Gogoi campaigning in this Lakhimpur areas, from where he comes. So there was a this Parivartan Yatra for change. So he was at the forefront of that yatra along with Gaurav Gogoi. So, but this came as a very surprising move that suddenly he has taken such a drastic decision. Though Himanta Biswa Sharma, very incidentally has been saying since 2024 that Bhupen Bora will join BJP in 2026. So that was Himanta Biswa Sharma's prediction in 2024. So behind the scene, whether they were cooking up something, we are not privy to it. But but this has come as a surprise, as well as it's a big setback for the Congress ahead of the assembly elections. At least in this thing, for the narrative, in larger discourse, that Congress now appears to be a divided house. And we are also hearing that two minority MLAs are likely to jump ship within a day or two. So it's one thing is clear, that everything is not very rosy within the Congress fold.
Right. No, but I'll come to Puneet. That you gave us the information in the morning that Priyanka Gandhi is going to be visiting Assam on 18th and 19th of February, and if before that visit all these rumblings within the grand old party are happening, what does it signal as far as Priyanka Gandhi now taking on the mantles of Assam is concerned?
Well, it has obviously been timed for maximum impact. That's certainly one thing. And, for the Congress to not be aware at all of what was going on itself, says a lot about how things are in the party.
Right. So what are we expecting? Like Samir was saying, Puneet, that maybe till tomorrow, Mr. Bora is going to be waiting. But in all likelihood, is he going to jump the ship? And if that happens, then what is that setback going to be for Congress then? And will Priyanka Gandhi be able to gather together the setback and in its impact?
Well, as of now, the information I have is pretty much that, one, of course, as Bhupen Bora has himself said to the press, that he has asked Jiten Singh, who's the in charge for Assam, for a day's time to think over his decision. So while Jiten Singh has gone on record saying that the resignation has been withdrawn, Bhupen Borah has immediately, he put out a statement saying he's asked for a day to think it over. What I've been told is that the talks, uh, between Jiten Singh, Gaurav Gogoi, Bhupen Borah today went off smoothly. There was of course some trading of charges, but he did tell Bhupen Borah did tell Jiten Singh that he's willing to reconsider it. He needs time to think it over. He'll come back tomorrow. Apparently, there is another call that is likely to happen later in the day, if it hasn't already, between Priyanka and Bhupen Borah. Priyanka is supposed to arrive in Guwahati on the 18th, that is the day after tomorrow. If at all, Bhupen Borah is going to withdraw the resignation, is going to stay put in the Congress. That announcement would happen tomorrow once the discussions with Priyanka have happened. What I'm also told is that if he indicates his willingness to stay on board, Priyanka will, of course, also be having a meeting with him, and then another meeting where he and Gaurav, Rakibul, all these people are present. That's what I've been told. But as Samir pointed out, see, whatever happens, whether he withdraws the resignation, decides to stay in the party, or he doesn't go to the BJP but decides to say go with Akhil Gogoi and remain within the opposition camp, all that is a different matter. We'll know tomorrow. We'll have some clarity on that tomorrow. But the basic point here is, in terms of the optics ahead of the elections, what does this say about the Congress party? And you see this happening in Assam. You see what has been happening in Tamil Nadu, in terms of the alliance talks of the Congress. Almost on a daily basis, you have leaders in Tamil Nadu, sparring in public on whether they should ally with Stalin, or continue the alliance there with the DMK, or should break away. You see what's happening in Karnataka, between Siddaramaiah and DK Shiv Kumar. It's basically a case of things falling apart, the center not being able to hold things together, and ultimately it says a lot about the kind of leadership that the Congress at the moment has, and which is unable to keep things under control.
Right. And apart from the examples which you, Puneet, gave, and the recent ones, of course, is the Maharashtra president, Harshwardhan Sapkal, sparking a controversy where he compared Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj to Tipu Sultan. We can come to that later. But what has gone wrong with Mani Shankar Aiyar? Javed, I would want to come to you. He making statements and then reacting over it. And whatever he said, Pawan Khera reacted to it in the morning. I would like to show the viewers a tweet which was put out by Pawan Khera this morning. And so here it is that Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar has no connection whatsoever with the Congress for the past few years. He speaks and writes purely in his personal capacity. And I was looking at one of the statements of Mani Shankar Aiyar to NDTV, and he has reacted quite adversely to whatever Pawan Khera has said, that he's a puppet, he's a Congress puppet, and he goes on and on. Javed, how would you look at these elements? I mean, of course, the party's strategy is not going well as far as states like Assam are concerned or Karnataka are concerned, but the party also cannot rein in leaders who are making off-the-cuff statements, whether it is Sapkal in Maharashtra or whether it is Mani Shankar Aiyar here in Delhi.
Look, one of the principal reasons, and Puneet touched upon that, is that the high command, the command and control of the high command is not what it should be. People don't fear the high command, and that's because you have to gain their respect. You have to get, they don't command the same kind of fear and awe that previous high command used to do, because they're unable to deliver elections. If they can win, if under their leadership the Congress begins to start winning, the central leadership's hand will be strengthened, and then their word will carry much more weight. One. Two, because the Congress is not in power at the center and in too many other states, they are not in a position to dispense favors. They are not in a position to give positions of extend patronage. Now, this is a big issue. Earlier, if somebody in the state was disgruntled, they used to bring him to the center, make him a minister. Uh, but that is not that option is no longer available. As far as Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar is concerned, let me at the outset here that you know I am very fond of Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar. But having said that, there are also certain things. He's very bitter and he's very acerbic. A friend of his, a batchmate of his from his IFS days, told me that an hour ago that money, the joke about money is that money was born under protest. He's a rebel without a pause. If there is no reason, he will invent a reason to get angry. And money, a lot of his well-wishers believe that he is his own worst enemy. His tongue is his own worst enemy. He just loses it, and then he often says things which he might be on reflection regretting later. But he does that. Now, he's very disgruntled with the current leadership. He believes he should be amongst the decision makers. He should be consulted frequently. His position is in the Lok Sabha. He should be in Parliament. But he got adequate chances, enough and more. After he had lost the Lok Sabha elections, he was in the wilderness. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, suo moto of own violation, decided to nominate him to the Rajya Sabha. He was on his way to Pakistan, traveling by Shatabdi Express. She called him there, get off the next station, next stop. The local Congress committee will arrange transport for you and come back. Tomorrow you have to file your nomination. So they have done that. There are many instances. But whether it is Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar or anybody else, you cannot be, there's only that much that the party can do for you, You either have to you need to be able to bring something to the table. You should be a populist leader, or that you should have the ability to win an election. And this is not just true of Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar, but a lot of other people, senior people, that they find it very difficult to call it a day, to make way for the others,
No, but Javed, there is another question to it that, when I was listening to the soundbite which NDTV took from Mani Shankar Aiyar, and the reporter very clearly asked him that you don't want Congress to win. So he said, who says that I don't want Congress to win, but I do believe that Congress will not win. And this was in reference to the context of Kerala elections, that he does know that, people are not performing well. It's a divided house. Congress will not be able to win. Now, somebody at least will have to do some honest speaking, and that's what, of course, it's an off the cuff remark which he shouldn't have made, but many also believe that what he said was not wrong.
Is this the time? There is a time and place for these things to be said. Is this the forum that on the eve of the battle you go public and you start talking like this? There has to be, he must, and this is true again of everybody. It applies to everybody. People must realize that there is a discipline. Once you are in the team, yes, you make your opinion known, and if a decision is made which is not entirely to your liking, you still have to lend your shoulder to the wheel. You have to support that decision and ensure that it is successful. It cannot be that it's only my way or the highway. That doesn't happen, and that should not happen. This is not what teamwork is all about. So therefore, I don't buy that. This is bunkum. This business that at least there is somebody, speaking the truth. There is a place and there is a fora for it. Do it. Now, it's not enough to speak the truth. It is to speak your mind. You must also have it in you to listen to some of home truths about yourself. When others say things about you, then listen to it.
Yeah.
It's
Right. So
I don't think
yeah.
Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar may have reasons to feel bitter, but he will not find too many supporters, even from amongst those who are terribly fond of him, in the manner in which he goes about, taking down his own leadership, his own party. He was such a dear friend of Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi pulled him out of PMO, got him into his core committee, and then gave him a ticket. Now he says that I was surprised that how a failure like Rajiv Gandhi could. I often used to wonder that how somebody who never did well in studies in Cambridge would make a successful prime minister. I mean, are these things, are these the kind of things that you should be saying in public about your boss? I have
Yeah.
I have worked for many organizations. There may have been one or two bosses who I don't think were competent enough, or who did not deserve to be where they were. Should it? I mean, it would be very unbecoming of me if I go public and start bad mouthing them. This is very wrong.
No, but if Mani Shankar Aiyar has been wrong, what about Pawan Khera, Puneet? Pawan Khera also put out a tweet saying that he's not part of the Congress for last two
Pawan is
years,
a
and that,
spokesperson. He must have been asked by those who matter. Yeah? He's the spokesperson. That's his
right.
brief.
Okay. So, Puneet, I mean, this Mani Shankar Aiyar versus Pawan Khera and how he's seen in the party, it does land Congress in a very sticky situation, and especially there's not the optics which the party would want to play, would want to play out on the eve of elections. How will the party do any kind of damage control now?
See, Nilu, I really don't think that Mani Shankar Aiyar is, is such a huge factor. Everybody by now knows what Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar is all about. Yes, it gives headlines in a certain section of the media. It allows for a lot of Congress bashing, using what he says. And see, look at his statement, the statement that you were referring to, where he's talking about why the Congress may not win Kerala. He says that is because the Congress lacks discipline. Someone should have turned around and asked him that what you are doing is that party discipline. As Javed pointed out, when you go around on the eve of any and every election, making statements which you know very well, after such a long innings in public life, how they are going to play out, how a certain section of the media is going to play them up. Why are you making those statements? So the motivations are clear. And in Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar's case, I think by and large, the people also now kind of brush it aside. It's like a Subramaniam Swami saying certain things about anyone and everyone. Except the difference here is that Mr. Subramanian Swami's statements, because a lot of them now are against the Prime Minister or the BJP, the media does not show. Whereas Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar's statement get blown out of proportion. The bigger question here is not Mr. Aiyar, but what is happening in different states with various people within the party who supposedly, a lot of the leaders who are still working actively within the party at different positions, certain people who've been handpicked by the high command for key roles, Mr. Harshwardhan Sapkal being one example. He was appointed just a few months ago to lead the Maharashtra Congress. And you've had successive disasters for the Congress in Maharashtra, as local body elections and all of that. Nothing seems to have gone right for the party on the ground. Whereas you have, the PCC president raking up an absolutely unnecessary, avoidable controversy with his, remarks, putting Tipu Sultan and Shivaji on the same pedestal. And being from Maharashtra, he should have known how that would play out. So it's a problem also of motor mouths within the party, of problem also, as Javed said in the beginning, of the party leadership not being in a position anymore to dole out patronage, and then of people, leaders whose ambitions run wild, and at times contrary to what to their own political and electoral heft. Look at what's happening in Punjab, for that matter. The whole Sidhu episode, Navjot Kaur being kicked out of the party. Everybody knew what the Sidhu couple was all about. What did the party do there? And now, among the existing lot of leaders in the PCC who are actively involved, uh, there's uh, there's a constant race to replace Amrinder Singh Rajawardene as the, somebody wants Mr. Rajawardene gone as PCC president. Someone else, another camp wants him to stay. Another camp wants, Channi to be made. It's like a
But,
free for all, and
Puneet,
it's happening in state after state after state.
but what is your sense, Puneet? You are in close touch with the leaders, and you do have a sense of what's happening in the corridors of Congress power. The problem is lies with the high command. It's very evident. Now, who is the problem? Is that identified? Is the problem with the Congress president? Is the problem with Rahul Gandhi? Is the problem with Priyanka Gandhi? Sonia Gandhi is not very active, or the problem is KC Venugopal? Who is the problem?
See, it's not for me to pinpoint one person as the problem, and it's not the case either that all the problems are only because of one individual in the party. It's a combination of various factors. Yes, there are deficiencies in the way Rahul has functioned, or the kind of people Rahul has picked for certain jobs. And everybody knows that, all key appointments in the party, PCC presidents, AICC general secretaries, are not done without Rahul signing off on them. There is obviously no audit of the kind of work that these people have done after being brought in those roles. So that, of course, is one deficiency. The inability of the party to and the current high command to convert anti-incumbency or public sentiment into electoral victories is another factor. You also have to, of course, bring in or weigh in on the issue of the kind of machinery that the Congress is fighting against. So that's there. And then there is individual accountability that party leaders themselves should have to the party, and especially like in the case of a person like Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar, to a party that has given them so much, and much more perhaps than what they would have otherwise deserved. So it's also your own loyalty to the party. Look at, say, the BJP, for example. You'll see a lot of people very disgruntled in off-record conversations, but do you see any of them? You can call it fear, you can call it whatever, but when elections come, that is one party that will get together, irrespective of their differences, and contest the election together. Even smaller regional parties, you see them doing it that way. Why can't the Congress do it? So it's a combination of factors. It wouldn't be right to say one person, if this one person, if Mr. KC Venugopal is removed, everything will be all right, or Mr. Rahul Gandhi makes way for Priyanka, everything will be all right. That's not the case.
I want TV show jaldi bol.
All right. So before I come to, before I come to for the concluding remarks, Samir, what are we expecting tomorrow? Can the Assam Congress House be put in order before Priyanka lands up? Can we expect something which is more pleasing to the ears of Congress, that this battle which is playing out can be sorted?
Even if they can wither this storm, but as I said, that there are few other MLAs who are waiting to jump the ship, and this thing, as election approaches, and there will be attempts from BJP to split Congress to and not only to get MLAs to the BJP fold, but they will also try and see that some MLAs, if not the join BJP, they should go to other parties. And so, this time, Nilu, Congress has a very good chance in Assam to fight back, at least to put up a very strong fight to the BJP. And so this allegations of corruption and all these things, and Congress is also trying to make it a battle between Gaurav Gogoi and Himanta Biswa Sarma, because they know that Gaurav Gogoi does not come with any kind of baggage, unlike Himanta Biswa Sarma, who had lots of corruption cases, and even in the past his track record was not exactly very clean. He had a Tada case and all those things. So Himanta Biswa Sarma as a leader doesn't come as a very clean leader. So Congress is trying its best to make it a personality fight. And there, this kind of development where BJP can now can say that, look, under Gogoi's leadership, Congress is a divided house. This send across a very bad message, and BJP will try to engineer this kind of division within the BJP, and Congress will have to be alert against this. And when Priyanka Gandhi will be meeting one to one this time, she will be meeting all the 35 districts presidents one to one, all the 21 MLAs one to one. So this is also an attempt to individually try to assess their mind, and then if there is any kind of unhappiness to address that. So it's not that Congress is not preempting or not trying to this avert this kind of situation. They are also trying to do, but as you know, the Congress is unlike BJP and all these things. Even when Congress was in power, if you see the Congress history, how many times it suffered split. So and this is not the first time that we see this kind of dismantlement within the Congress, because Congress is not a very strong ideological driven party, unlike BJP, where this Hindutva glue that raise patient and help people to stick to it. But unlike that, Congress is a larger umbrella where people of different ideologies, different aspirations, they come together. So there are bound to be this kind of problem
Right.
within the party.
All right. All right. So, Javed, coming to you for the concluding remarks, that this round of elections, which we are going to witness in April and May, or March and April, are we going to see Congress making the same mistakes? Because what we are seeing right now, it looks like the lessons haven't still been learned.
Yes, that's a fact. There is more than an element of truth in what you say, because some motor mouth or the other, on the eve of elections, or just on the eve of something important, just does speak out of turn, and as a result, as a consequence, it queers the pitch for the party. And it's not for want of effort from the Congress leadership, because I know for a fact that before every elections, all the general secretaries, all the secretaries, and then individual are told to please tap in on all these habitual offenders. Please ask them to exercise caution and all that. But despite that, somebody or the other, and I again go back to it, is because their voice does not carry the same kind of weight. They don't carry the same kind of authority. They don't execute the same kind of authority that they once did. And till they start winning elections, this will continue to happen. You can throw out people, but the damage will have been done.
All right. So we'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Javed, Puneet, Samir. Thank you very much for joining.